Compassion. Sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with a desire to alleviate it. Thinking about other people and the plight that they're going through, and you want to figure out how you can try to take that burden off their back. Compliments caring and an understanding. Let's say you have a backpack filled with books, and those are your books. You have to carry those books. Now after a while, those books start getting heavy, and you got to carry those books, and they're just heavier and heavier every step you take. Then your friend comes along. Your friend is filled with compassion. They care about you, and they see that the burden that you're carrying is really weighing on you. Now you've thought carrying your backpack and your books, you know what, I can't take this one out. Nope, I can't take this one. I can't get rid of any of these books. No matter how much I try, I can't get rid of these because these are mine and I have to carry them. Your friend comes along and they say, hey, let me carry a couple of your books. And you're like, oh my gosh, that'd be so great, thank you. You give your books to your friend, they're now carrying your books. That weight is lighter. You're able to keep going a little bit more assertively. And you are confident knowing that that weight you're carrying is not bearing down on you anymore. It's not so heavy. But now your friend is carrying those books. They have that compassion for you. And they decide, you know what? I don't have to carry these books. These are not mine. I'm going to go ahead and put them here. And they leave them there. And you keep walking and they keep walking with you. What happens? The load got lighter. They took some of your burden. Now, I know a lot of you might ask, well, those aren't their books to just throw away like that. You want to know the truth? That burden that you're carrying, you didn't need to. Those books you haven't looked at in years. Those clothes you haven't worn in years, get rid of them. Those things you have that you haven't done anything with in years, get rid of them. That thing that weighs on you, that worry that you upset somebody years ago, you haven't seen that person in years, get rid of it. There's no need to carry burdens longer than they still provide some kind of reason to have them. Now there's some good books out there, sure, but that's where you either, if you've not read them or you've gotten the value out of them, you give them away or you go sell them. A lot of times you can write an inscription in the book and you give it to somebody that you're mentoring and say, hey, you know what, I've got a lot of value out of this book, I think you will too. You're sharing that. Now going back to our initial thing, our compassion, our friend that came alongside us and decided to help take some of our burden off of our shoulders. That is so rare, because when you see somebody that is struggling, when you see somebody that is trying to do something and you want to go alleviate that burden either by telling them, hey, you know what, it's going to be okay, you don't need to worry about it, or let me help carry that load, or come alongside them and just be there while they cry, that they have a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes you need to be that person. That's where the compassion comes from. That's a virtue that the heroic warrior is overlooked sometimes. But that compassion, that thing that puts other people first, it's not something everybody has. That compassion, is that something you have?